Hey everyone, GReimer here, coming at you once again from the ZAWA Together server, and we are doing some more building here at the Lost Isle Zoo. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful Friday. I'm having a pretty good one. I'm at work, but it's not a bad thing. Alright, you guys, we got some stuff to get into today, so why don't we just hop on into it, alright? So, last week we did the docks here, and I think we're going to leave those for a little bit later to decorate them up and do some stuff. We still have big gaping holes in this, it's supposed to be a cavern that you're supposed to go in here. So things like that need to get filled in. There's a lot of little things that I really need to get to. In fact, if we fly up here and we actually take a look at some of this stuff, there is that needs to get filled in. All of this needs to get some stuff done to it because this is going to be more like wild terrain back here. We have plans to put more exhibits over here by the volcano. Of course, we need to do that up the volcano, which is out of render distance right now. Come on, load in, please. There it is. There's the big mountainy thing. So we got to do that up the volcano. There's a lot of work to be done over there. We also need to build a bridge that gets across here. Tons of stuff, but we are working our way from the entrance towards that volcanic island. Yeah, right into the ground I go. All right, so I think today we are going to be working in roughly this area right here. Okay, somewhere right around here. I might need to maybe a little bit, maybe right there where the goat is. Okay, and I don't mean that like an acronym. I mean it's literally a goat right there. We're going to probably build somewhere right here. Now, if we look at our super fancy map like here, you'll see that in that area there is supposed to be a polar bear exhibit. All right, and that's actually what we're going to be doing today. Is we're going to be adding a polar bear exhibit. Now there is a lot. Like I said, this looks terrible. Okay, I need to do a live stream. This is why I was kind of hoping to do this stuff on a live stream. Big legs, Blake. Trying to do this stuff on a live stream because I think that works pretty cool to hang out with you guys while I do some terraforming. It's just I've been doing a lot of live streams from a lot of other series. Which, by the way, if you haven't seen them, check out the live streams. Okay, go to the live tab on the community or on the channel. You'll see some cool stuff there. Nebris and I are doing Valheim, playing some Vintage Story with Nebris, Packrat, and a whole bunch of people. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of good stuff over on the live tab on the channel. So please check that out. A lot of good things. Anyway, is that zebra escaping? No, he's not. Okay, we're good. I did have an escapee that I put back. Rudolph got out recently. I just gotta check out. Oh no, there he is. He's right there. He's still in there. We're good. But yeah, I think what we're going to be doing is doing the polar bear over there and the polar bear exhibit. And what we're going to have to do is do all this landscaping either in between episodes or on live stream, which is, I'm hoping, the latter. So I have got to do some rework here. A lot of rework. I'll probably do what I did over there because it worked out pretty good. And I'm just going to level this ground flat. Sorry, goat. I'm taking your hill away. Bah! Where'd your land go? Bah! It's all gone. That's right. All right. So I flattened this down here. So this is where the polar bear exhibit is going to go. And I actually don't remember how many of them I've caught. I know I caught one. Maybe I caught two. I'm not too sure, but I know for sure I caught one. I remember Orskull helped me catch it. So big shout out to Orskull for helping me out with that one. But yeah, this is where the polar bear exhibit is going to go. It's a relatively big exhibit. I left the other parts of the land like this here and that over there the way it is because I'll probably just build land on top of them, similar to this over here. So I don't really need to remove any of it. But this is all nice and flat so I can get to work on building. Now, I have to give a big shout out to Maddie out there. Maddie and Alyssa for stockpiling up some smooth stone for me. Now, I did my fair share of digging down where the slime farm is down there. But these two lovely ladies actually came by and dropped off a whole bunch of smooth stone, which is great. Oh, and the wheat's in the way. Yeah, right there. Which is great because I need this. I need a lot of this for doing a lot of the decorating and for doing a lot of the terraforming around here. So thank you to you two. Alyssa, Maddie, you guys are awesome. And I think I'm going to use some of that today because what we need to do now is let's just yeet all this into here and then maybe we'll just put some of that into the dump chest. Oh, I have a lot of stuff in there. Look at that. Totally unorganized. You know what? How about we put it in the glass chest? Yeah. Doesn't make sense for it to be in there, but I need space. But we're going to use some of this today because we are going to create the general shape of the polar bear exhibit here in this spot, and I got to create the landscape for it. Now, if I remember correctly, I have seen polar bear exhibits where they have like a cliff edge, so to speak. It's not really a cliff edge, it's just like a little drop into water. And so my plan for this thing is to make the back part of it up high, and it's gonna have like an ice cavern in it, kind of thing, like almost like their den. If you guys have ever played Valheim, think of like the frost caves in the mountains, kind of something like that. Only just the mouth of it, though. It's not gonna go into like a terrible thing where there's a bunch of fenrings and werewolves and stuff that are gonna try to rip you apart. None of that. It's just gonna be just the mouth of the cave, and then that's gonna be the back face of the exhibit. Ooh, leg spike there. The back face of the exhibit. It's gonna be up high, all right, and then the middle section is going to be relatively flat, and then there's going to be a drop of about maybe 3 blocks or so. I don't want to hurt the bears. Into water. Now, on the either side, there's going to be a little bit of a slope up. Probably on the opposite side of the ice cave, there's going to be a slope up, actually. And maybe a spruce tree in there. But that's what I'm thinking. And now for the viewing area, though, all right, so the path that's supposed to come down here is actually supposed to go basically right over this hole. Right where this hole is. It's got to come this way. And it's going to go cut right in front of the exhibit. Now, this actually does... Oh, we have another cat. Look at that. I'll tame you in a little bit. All right. This does leave a little bit of room over here where the entrance to my hidey hole is, but this is kind of like dead space right here. Considering I forgot to put giraffes on that plan for the zoo. But that's for another time. All right, so the path is going to come right across here, and then it's going to hug the shoreline and go into the bridges that connect over to the other island. So it's going to cut right in front of here. However, it would be cool, because polar bears, I believe, like to swim. I think they know how to swim. Hold on 1 second. I need a inventory spot. All right. Can we pull up the right book thing here? And, let's see, polar bears. Can these guys swim? Because, if they can't... Well, this doesn't really tell me. I'd have to actually release the thing I'm thinking. Yeah, this doesn't really tell me. They like salmon. Okay, doesn't really tell me, but yeah, I know that they can swim in real life, so I thought it'd be kind of cool. Maybe we'll still go with the plan, but if they can't swim, then we'll leave it at... We'll just leave it at 1 deep, just to play it safe, okay? But I want to actually have the viewing area come across where you can actually see underwater. Like, the glass cuts in front. There's going to be glass for the viewing area. Obviously, I'm not just going to put, like, a fence for a polar bear. So there's going to be, like, a wall in front. And then there's going to be a glass viewing area, and half of it, the bottom half, is going to be water, so you can actually see them like swimming and stuff in there. And then the top half will be air, so that you can see up to the rest of the exhibit that's towering over everything. That's the plan, anyway. Now, I have to do some stuff, though, before I get around to doing that, though. I need to actually start kind of creating the shape of the land that I'm talking about here, as well as the outlying kind of walls here. That's going to be a lot of work, okay? It's actually going to be a lot of blocks I have to put down. This goat won't leave me. Yeah, get out of here. It's going to be a lot of work to do all this. So I think the best way to show you guys how this is going to come together is to just show it in a time lapse.
sure do like to share your opinions, talking big like somebody's listening. Nobody's listening. It's so fun and games until it doesn't. Toss me out, I'll hit the ignition. Now you listen. Hop up in the window. Smaller and smaller you fade out. Hop up in the window. Yeah. You cannot get my vibe, no there's no way. I'm flying high above all your gravity. Trying to bring me down but I'll never stay. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. You cannot get my vibe, no there's no way. You can say what you want, call me insane. Trying to bring me down but I'll never stay. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. Watch me levitate. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. Try to paint me like a no-name. So sorry, but we're not the same. No, we're not the same. Boo-hoo, poor you, please forgive me, cause I don't feel any pity. I'm fed up with lies, you wanted my demise. Now you're watching me rise, rise, rise. Up in the window. Smaller and smaller you fade out. Hop up in the window. Yeah. You cannot get my vibe, no there's no way. I'm flying high above all your gravity. Trying to bring me down but I'll never stay. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. You cannot get my vibe, no there's no way. You can say what you want, call me insane. Trying to bring me down but I'll never stay. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. Watch me levitate. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. Up in the window. Up in the window. Up in the window. Up in the window.
Watch me levitate, watch me levitate, watch me levitate, watch me levitate, levitate. Watch me levitate, watch me levitate, watch me levitate, watch me levitate.
Watch me levitate. You cannot kill my vibe, no there's no way. I'm flying high above all your gravity. Trying to bring me down but I'll never stay. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. You cannot kill my vibe, no there's no way. You can say what you want, call me insane. Trying to bring me down but I'll never stay. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. Watch me levitate. Hey, hey, watch me levitate.
All right, now I know that does not look like much, okay? It's just a bunch of stone at the moment, but we're gonna make it look pretty, aren't we, Goat? Yes, we're gonna make it look so good. All right, so as you can tell right here, this is the lower level. When I was talking about having like a short little cliff that just drops in the water, 3 blocks tall, shouldn't hurt the bears. I think that'll be fine. This needs to be cleaned up. Whoa, I've still got my haste. Okay, this needs to be cleaned up just a wee bit actually, because that's a little too much of a straight line for my liking. So I wouldn't mind this actually just kind of smoothing out a little bit around the edges a little bit more than what it currently is. But I can do that. Yeah, see, that's already looking way better. Getting rid of these sharp, that 90-degree kind of juts in the cliff here, I think is a good start. And I can go back there actually. So there's a little bit of smoothing out to do on that cliff, but this is just the basic shape. Now remember what I was saying about the bear's den, kind of like up there, a big cliff. We're not done with it yet. Polar bears obviously like to live in kind of colder temperatures, so I am going to design this to look more frigid. So there's going to be some snow. So Snow Golem over there, you in that box, I'm going to be visiting you real soon. But there's going to be snow. There's going to be like icicles hanging down from here, I'm thinking. And then over here, like I said, if I am going to put a tree or two, I'll put it over here. And then the land down here. Now, right here, this block is like water level, okay? So water is going to be right here. Now, I told you guys at the beginning of the episode about how I want people to be able to walk and like at their feet will be the water level kind of thing where they'll be able to see underwater, and then above it will be the above water. So this is going to be flooded with water, which obviously would spill all into here. So we're going to have to follow the torch line here, which I kind of roughly laid out the edge of the exhibit. And we're going to have to build ourselves a kind of like a wall or barrier right there. Like we're going to use some stone brick, some cracked stone brick, and some mossy stone brick to do this. And it's going to outline the area. And then that way we'll have a nice big window to put the glass in. Okay, so there we go. We got this big wide opening. Now this does not look very structurally sound. Like, even if we put glass in here, that's still a lot of stone brick up there. Doesn't really make much sense. Plus, I want to make this kind of look like a little bit of a temple. So maybe we'll add some supports in here, and we'll pretty them up, and we'll just space them out a little bit, so that they look maybe kind of like that. That looks already a lot better. Yeah, okay. I like it. I like it a lot. In fact, curiosity. What if we recess the glass back a little bit? Like, do I have any glass backpack? I probably have glass. I mean, the glass backpack. All right, I do have some. Let's grab a whole bunch of this stuff and see if we can't start putting the window in right away. But what if we recessed it back and started right here? All right, there we go. We got the big windows put in, decorated up to look a little bit more like they're kind of falling apart, especially around the base a little bit. We do have Maddie online. She hopped online while I was doing all this, so big shout out to Maddie. Thanks again for the stone. We're going to go ahead and, you know what, actually, as I'm sitting here, I want to kind of throw a couple of those things on here too, just occasionally. Nothing really like that's a pattern. It's almost like some stuff has been falling down from above. Just like something, that's probably good enough right there. Just a little added detail like that. And of course, we're going to sprinkle stones in later on, but for right now, I think that's good. Okay, but we're going to need to extend this path, like the stone path, out a little bit. Probably, let's take one way. Probably about that far, because this walkway cutting through here is going to have to be elevated at some point. Is it back here, actually? Yeah, it already is. Okay, so it needs to remain that elevation, which is one block higher than what it is right now. So we got to actually carve this out, and or extend this out a little bit and add these blocks. That way, as people are walking over here, the water blocks, because the water that's going to flood this last level right here is going to be about waist deep for the guests as they're looking in here. That's the idea. So that way they can kind of crouch down and look under the water, see the polar bear swimming and stuff. That's the plan anyway. So I need to extend this out by a few blocks so that we can actually put a path in here. Okay, we got the stone put down. I will work on putting a path in on this later, but this is the elevation that I need the path to be for people who are, you know, walking from over there over to here to see the polar bears. Now we're gonna actually do a little trick called rip one of these windows out here so that I can actually get in here, and we'll stash these things. Whoa, leg spike, big leg spike. There we go. On the outside there, so that we can put them back when we're ready. Now it's time to get in here and do a little bit of decorating. Okay, this is generally a decent dish shape for what I'm thinking about doing. I'm hoping that it will. Well, I might smooth out some edges a little bit more, but this isn't too bad. As far as like this being such a straight line with the elevation change right there, I have an idea on how to fix that. It's called add material. And I think we can probably get away with doing that occasionally in spots like this. I don't think a polar bear can yeet himself over here like I can, but we'll do a couple of spots around here just to kind of add a little bit of elevation change to this ledge right here, because it's kind of a sharp contrast, a sharp line. All right, rework the edge of that a little bit. I'm a little bit more pleased with the way this is. Added a little bit of cobblestone in here too. I kind of might need to go grab more of that thing, because I don't really know how much cobble. Oh, I got a little bit here. Oh, I got a bunch right there. Never mind. We don't need to go grab more. We're good. We're good, people. Okay, so let's start off with the bottom here, where the ground is here. We're gonna have to obviously change this up. I don't want to keep it just solid stone, so I guess ground blocks would be the correct place to look in if the block I was looking for was there. Okay, it's not. So we're gonna look into the bat backpack. There it is. That's not a lot of it though. We're gonna have to make up a little bit more of that stuff for sure. And I have some gravel on me, but I kind of want to use it. I have the dirt. I just need to go grab some gravel. I need to hop back into the hidey hole real fast. Okay, now that we got our coarse dirt, let's go ahead and just kind of break some of this up here. And we're gonna be sprinkling in coarse dirt in this area. And then I'm thinking we're gonna have to add in a couple other blocks too. Like coarse dirt alone is not enough. So we're going to have to add in gravel for sure. I'm thinking about what might be at the bottom of the ocean kind of thing, or at least the coast of off of like Australia or Alaska. It's not Australia. Wow, totally wrong area. Alaska. You know, something kind of like that is what I'm kind of thinking for trying to figure out what these what the water should look like. I mean, we could sprinkle a little sand in here, but I don't know if that's really going to work because this is more of a rocky shore. So I'm thinking cobblestone actually would probably be a good idea. And coarse dirt and gravel. I think that might be it. I think that might be what we put in here. Okay, I think that's probably good enough for the coarse dirt. Let's switch this thing up and bring the gravel on down. We're going to pop a couple of extra holes in here. In fact, we might do like little patches of gravel in here rather than just a couple of spots. So like I might do larger patches kind of like that, sprinkled throughout here. Okay, gravel has been added. I think the last block that we need to add in here is good old-fashioned, not right there, cobblestone. Cobblestone I think will work pretty good in this area too. I'll definitely break up the texture a little bit on the ground, so because the gravel and the smooth stone look very similar-ish. They're not exactly the same, but they're similar-ish. Cobblestone is definitely a difference, so I'm thinking adding cobblestone here will really break this up a little bit, kind of make it look way more custom. Speaking of making this look custom, remember we can waterlog blocks now, so what if we actually added like a couple of places that were a little bit taller than the flat part over here? You know, just a couple of little spots that are kind of raised up, maybe coming out off the wall here too. Yeah, like kind of like that. That should work. All right, now I think this is basically good and ready to be filled with water. I'm gonna wait until a little bit later to do that though, because walking through water, actually I guess isn't really a big deal for me since I have the backpack that allows me to do depth strider, but it's just gonna be kind of weird because it's gonna make the sloshing noise and stuff like that. So we're just gonna ignore that down there for right now. We'll fill that up with water here in a little bit. Now, up top here, this is where the land part of the exhibit's gonna be. Now this is primarily gonna stay stone, and it's gonna also be heavily snow covered. So that's something I gotta keep in mind. But what we can do is we can add in a little bit of grass, not much. Let's actually grab some of this stuff. A little bit of grass. We can actually probably put back at least some of the stone just to free up a little bit of wiggle room here. A little bit of grass, a little bit of gravel, and a little bit of coarse dirt, as well as maybe some stone piles kind of dotted in here. And I do want to squeeze at least one tree in here. One custom spruce tree, a small scraggly looking thing. It's not going to be very lively, that's for sure. Okay, something kind of like that. I like that look. I think that works out pretty good. I probably should extend it a little bit farther down, especially over here where it kind of dips down a little bit. Should probably extend that down a little bit more. Maybe get some coarse dirt down there, as well as maybe even a hunk of grass in here too somewhere, just to kind of add a little bit of more depth to the build. Kind of like that, I guess. Yeah. Something a little bit more maybe. not quite done yet. Hold on, let me actually pop this one out here, place that with that, put the grass down there. All right, I'm liking that better. So it's coming together slowly here, making this kind of look kind of like how I want. But I'm thinking that's pretty good. Yeah, that works pretty good. Now I didn't work any of this in here because this is like the inside the cave part. So this part's gonna be primarily coarse dirt, and then maybe some matted grass, like some path block in here as well. Thinking that might look pretty good. So let's just do something like that in here. Let's get the shovel so I know it looks like I'm kind of doing what I want. There we go. This is going to be the area where the bears are able to kind of rest inside. So for that, I want to keep it mainly matted down stuff. I don't need a whole lot of grass in here. So they're under cover in here. They can get out of any rain or whatever else, and that might be coming their way. Alright, I'm thinking something just kind of like that. I don't really know if I really want to add too much more to this, because otherwise I'm going to start making it look kind of strange. So maybe we'll stop with what we got right here, like that. Alright, that looks pretty good. I also added a little bit of cobble detailing to the inside of the cave. I think for right now that actually works pretty good. We actually did have a couple people hop on now. We got Captain Craig and Orskull. There's a few people, which, by the way, if you're watching this and you are interested, you watching this could absolutely join this server. Just head on over to the Patreon. This is a Patreon server. The $5 tier will get you on here, and you can play and build your own zoo and see this one if you want. It's all up to you. So yeah, you also get access to the GReimer Gang Discord. So you can come join me in there and just hang out with me and play games. Sometimes we play bingo, all that fun jazz. So yeah, check it out. If you link for the Patreon will be in the description. Okay, so now that we have this part done, now this wall it should hold the bears in here for right now. This all needs to get reworked. All of the terrain on the outside of this needs to get reworked. Now this top part right here, actually, it might bug me. I'm gonna take care of this right away. Let's grab the squid backpack. I usually do this at the end, but we're gonna put steel bars along the whole top part of this right here, and that way it'll act like a good topper for this. And we're going to have that connect to a place where there's something. Let's actually do this, and then we'll have it connected there. All right, so we're gonna do something kind of like this. It's gonna go across the top of this this exhibit here, for the top of the wall for this exhibit. All right, that works out pretty good. All right, let's hop down here real quick. And what we're going to do is some of these grass blocks, not all of them, but some of them we're going to mat down, creating kind of like a little matted area. Now, I don't want to go too crazy on this because honestly, I think a lot of these are going to get covered with snow anyway. So I don't want to go too nuts on it. But it really does, after all, make the exhibit pop a little bit. And speaking of snow, I think we're at that point now where we might want to consider going and getting a bunch of that. Now, I don't think I have a lot left over, and I also don't know where I stored it. But there it is. Okay, I got 45 snow layers right there. That's not a whole lot. All right, let's put the coarse dirt back for right now. Organize our inventory just a wee bit, and then we'll get to placing a bunch of... Actually, we're going to have to collect some snow. Or then we'll get to collecting a bunch of snow. Oh, destroying my shovel's durability. Okay, I collected about 5 stacks of snow layers there, but there's something else I want to go grab because we're going to desperately be needing it for this build, and that is ice. All right, we should have a bunch of ice saved up somewhere. Oh, that is a big rubber band right there. Wow. Somebody must be going through a portal somewhere. All right, we got a packed ice here, so we're going to grab a couple stacks of that because that's going to, yeah, maybe 3 stacks. That's going to come in handy. I'm going to grab these snow blocks too because that might come in handy. Don't I have like just regular ice? I thought I had ice baby somewhere. I'm pretty sure I did, but I have no idea where I put that. I guess it doesn't really matter though because I remember with this texture pack, there's very little difference between packed ice and regular ice. So maybe I'll just keep with that, and we'll see what we can do with just the regular ice, or with the packed ice, I mean. Okay, so packed ice. We're gonna make this look very frigid and frozen. Let's start with the icicles. Let's start up here with the fun stuff, and then we'll work our way down. Let's grab some ender balls here, and we're gonna probably yeet one of these. Oh, can I hit that shot? Yeet. Oh, did it. Or yeet it up here. And we're gonna have to create some icicles that are draping down, probably right here actually, in front of the ice cave. Okay, actually, that's a good start right there. Let's build up a little bit on top of it here. Yep, that's good, good. Something like that. That's good. All right, now, when I go to do the landscaping and do the terrain, I'm going to have to create another sharp cliff edge right here, similar to what we have on the opposite side of that. And it's going to be towering up at least this tall. But for right now, we're going to leave it just there. All right, let's... That's where one icicle is going to go. Maybe we'll put a smaller one right in front. Kind of like dripping down like right here like that. That's gonna be a shorter one though, so that's not gonna be much. All right, and then another one farther down like right here, sticking out the side. Yeah, that'll work. Actually, hold on, wait, let's move. Yeah, okay, we'll figure out a spot for it right there. Okay, I'm liking the ice build up there. I'm thinking that looks pretty cool. In fact, that's kind of a design that I want to keep sort of going through the top part of this mountain here a little bit, or the hillier landscape at least. But I do need to get back up there, so can I do another amazing ender pearl throw? I don't know. I did it. All right, we'll get back up here because what we want to do is we want to start adding in the snow layer up here. Kind of hanging on for dear life. Actually, where's my snow layers now? So that's snow blocks. Start actually... Can I not put snow layers on packed ice? That seems a little weird. I guess I can't. Okay, so we'll have to do this. We're going on hard mode with this one. We're gonna have to do this with just snow blocks. That means. All right, what does that look like? Not terrible. Not terrible at all. Did I just hear it? Is there? Yep, there's an endermite right here. Got him. Not terrible. I really wish I could have done snow layers on top of those things. It kind of irks me that I can't. Let's get up here though, because this area right here needed a little bit of love attached to it as well. Something like that. All right, let's check that out. That looked a little weird from down here. All right, yeah, not terrible. Not bad at all. I kind of like it. All right, so that's the first step in making this place look really frigid. Now, I want to sprinkle in a little bit of ice on this back wall here a little bit too. In fact, we can probably take the block out here, replace some of this actually with ice. It'll still keep the bears in here, but it'll make it look a whole lot more frozen. Okay, that's enough of the ice and snow on this back wall. I don't want to have it to be too overpowering of blocks on here, because I am going to be changing this from snow and ice to a tropical island. Which is definitely not going to match, but whatever. That's the theme. I'm just trying to match the biome that the bears would be found in, you know? All right, so I think up here what I can do as the sun sets and creepers be creeping, that looks really cool with the dock. And this shader pack with the water, Mwah, love it. All right, so I think what I can do is put snow layers on top of these things. That's one way that I can change up the layers a little bit to make it look a little bit more, you know, not as blocky. Well, it's still gonna look blocky, but not as bad as in other parts. So let me just sprinkle these things in here a little bit, give it a little bit of different in elevation, so hopefully it doesn't look as bad from down below. Okay, I'm thinking that all looks pretty good. I'm adding the snow layers now themselves to try to make this place look nice and chilly. All right, so it's gonna take a little bit of work, but I'm thinking that I can probably pull this off if I do this correctly. Okay, it's starting to come together, people. It's starting to look a little frigid in here. Now, this is not supposed to be like totally frozen. Whatever. This is. It shouldn't feel like it's like Antarctica. Okay, this is supposed to. It's supposed to have some ground sticking through. That's the idea that I'm going for. I like the idea of it being like really cold up top, leaving the ice primarily forming up there. I'm thinking looks pretty cool. And I think that should be pretty much it for the snow in this area. I still have a little bit of snow layers left, which I'll probably squeeze in someplace. Now let's get to adding the water in, because I think once the water's in, the blue of the water will really make this whole place come together. So let's go grab ourselves a bucket, and then we're going to go over here and we're going to dump this somewhere in the corner, like right there. Now I know I have water in my backpacks, but I always feel weird taking it out of there, so especially since we have an ocean right here. Let's grab ourselves an extra bucket of water, and then let's go fill this in, create an infinite water spring, and then we're going to fill in this whole entire area with water. All right, check it out. We got the water added. Boy, that really looks cool. I love the texture pack in this, or the shader pack here. Complementary shaders, in case you guys are wondering. That's which ones I'm using. So, all right, so cool. We got the water added. Now, it is water, and it is supposed to be chilly in here. So we're going to add some of the ice along the edge of it to kind of make it seem as though it's sort of freezing over. So maybe like right around here, we're going to pack that in there. It's packed ice after all. What's up with the... what? There was like a block of water just missing there. It's like, what's going on with that? All right, so, and then these areas that it kind of juts out, I kind of want the ice to follow that a little bit, like it's latching on, you know? Something like that. Yeah, good. All right. So this is kind of like it's freezing over along the edge of the water is the idea. Okay, I tell you, boy, this is starting to really come together. This is actually starting to look pretty cool. Definitely looks like a frigid environment, that is for sure. Does this kind of look like something you'd expect to see a polar bear in? I'm thinking so. Right now, I think we're ready to move on to the foliage, actually. This is pretty good. It is, I keep thinking it's getting nighttime, but that's just because we have this looming wall up behind us, and I keep sitting in the shadow here. But I think that's pretty good for what we got right now. And we might as well move on to foliage, all right? So let's stash some of this stuff in some kind of backpack that I'm going to definitely forget about where I put it later. This is where I got these things from, so I'm going to put all this stuff back in here. All right, so for foliage, as far as leaves go, we can use some of these brown birch leaves that we have because I don't need this to look very lively as far as for bushes. Now, the bushes are going to be very scarce. So this is not supposed to be a very lively area entirely. So, like, in fact, we can probably spread these things out a little bit, kind of like that, you know, kind of dotted in here. So instead of actually making actual, like, bushes or shrubs, can they, like, skeetily out here? No, I don't think they can. Just kind of put, actually, I might already have too many of them in here. Let's start weeding these things out a little bit. I really do want it to be sparse vegetation. That might be good enough right there, actually. I know that's not a lot, but that's like 3 pieces only. But I really don't want it to have too much vegetation in here because it's not supposed to look very lively. So yeah, we might just leave it at that. Let's put those back. Let's put the water bucket back before I destroy all my snow on the ground. All right, now let's talk trees, okay? So I do want to put a tree in here. I was thinking about maybe putting 2, but I think is probably good. So let's go ahead and grab the wood backpack. We're going to need to get some spruce logs, which I am running low on, so I'm going to have to try to... Never mind, there's a whole stack of them right there. And then we're also going to need to grab, from the bat backpack, we're going to need to grab some spruce leaves, which I am starting to run low on, but we'll grab everything that we got. And then we're going to make ourselves a custom spruce tree as soon as we take a power nap. Oh, creepers be creeping, but don't be afraid. All right, so let's get... let's get... I thought I just heard the llama again. I thought I heard the wandering trader. I was like, really? For real? Haven't I killed you enough? But all right, so let's make ourselves a custom spruce tree, probably right back in here, I'm thinking. And it's going to be kind of a small one, kind of scraggly looking thing, because this is not supposed to be a heavily forested area. So we're going to go to right about maybe there. And then we're going to go up a few, up a couple. And we're going to get down here. We're going to start placing blocks right on the edge of the wood there. Ugh, can't reach it. Stretch your arms, Mr. Fantastic style. All right, one up again on that thing. And then we're going to go down. Yeah, we'll go down 2 on this one here. And then we'll fill in the leaves around this a little bit and make this thing look pretty sickly. it's not gonna look very healthy. It's supposed to be like that, a scraggly tree. But I tell you, this didn't turn out anywhere near like what I was thinking it was going to. And this might be easier if it's just like a straight up and down. This is gonna look like a vanilla tree. Kind of does. I mean, not quite, but kind of does. I don't really know if I really want to go too much crazier than that. What I had in mind just wasn't working, and as I kept working on it, it just started looking like this. And I guess it's all right. I don't really mind. I think that's fine. Yeah, just a single tree up here for the bears to just kind of rub up against, I guess, if they want to. That should do just fine. Okay, so let's put everything back into the bat backpack that we took out anyway. And don't forget to put the wood. Nope, no bat backpack. You can just chill for a second. Let's put the wood away. Okay. With this here, I think the bulk of the exhibit is actually finished. Now, we just need to put in some of the foliage as far as like the actual plants, not just like the custom, not like the block by block building plants here. Like no trees, no bushes, unless we're talking about, where are they? Dead bushes, there we go. All right, Johnson's grass. Yeah, we might be able to squeeze that in here too. Let's grab the actual regular grass because sometimes I have a hard time growing that stuff. Fan palms. No, those can stick here. Dead grass, you can come in with me. Dead grass. Oh, desert grass. I mean, the dead grass, you're coming with me as well. Cattail. I might squeeze that in on the side. I really don't think that that's actually going to make sense here, you know. But I believe this stuff goes on sand only, and I don't have any of that. So I'm thinking, and there's some more dead grass. That's good. All right, so I'm thinking maybe a fern as well. We'll squeeze in there too. Berry bushes could. Actually, we'll see if we can squeeze one of them in here as well. All right, so dead bushes, for example, though, are going to be kind of dotted throughout here because this is kind of a cold area. So plants would have like kind of gone into a little bit of a hibernation mode, I guess you could say, in the wintertime. And so it's possible that it kind of looks like they're dead, you know, like their leaves have all fallen off or something. So we're going to want to make sure we put plenty of that in there. Now, the same thing with the desert grass and the dead grass. We can sprinkle this in here quite a bit as well. In fact, the dead grass would make sense since maybe it literally died out because of the cold. All right, we're dropping the fern in wherever we can fit it. Maybe like right back here. Maybe another one if we can. Somewhere maybe right in here. All right, fern has been added. We need the berry bushes kind of added. We'll put those in back, I guess, maybe. Maybe we'll just squeeze one in back. I really don't want to overdo it with those things at all. All right, so we're done with Johnson's grass. This is a too tall plant, I believe. Yeah, we'll put one back here. And then maybe we'll... I like keeping them over here. This is more the forest of this exhibit, actually. I know air quotes on those things because this isn't much of a forest, really. This is a tree, but I'm thinking that actually, you know what? We can probably squeeze one on this side, too, somewhere. Ooh, fell in the water. Somewhere. Hold on, wait. Inspiration. Where is the ground backpack? Right here. Open that up, and let's grab one whole block of this, and then let's pop this out here. Put that down there, and bam, Johnson's grass. All right. So I'm thinking that looks pretty good for those. And then from here on out, we are going to use some bone meal. Let's get a couple extra bones here to try to grow the grass in areas. If it's too tall, that's not that big of a deal. And if it's really bugging me, I can always, like this is bugging me already. I can always replace it with just the small grass right there. The grass has been put in. How about that? All right, now that looks pretty good, I'm thinking. This is kind of starting to look like a nice frigid environment for a polar bear. Or two. I still have to go check to see how many I have. I can't remember because my memory sucks. So I'm going to have to look. But I'm liking how this is looking so far. It's really coming together nicely. I'm just hoping I didn't make a path for them to get out somewhere in here. Whatever. If I did, I'm sure I'll figure it out when the polar bear's attacking me on my tropical island. But all right, so now we just have to squeeze in these cattails on the side. I don't really know where I'm going to be putting these things, but they don't go on coarse dirt. You know what? I might not be putting these things in anywhere, actually. Coarse dirt was kind of where I was going to be putting them, but I mean, if they don't really, oh, I think these go on land. I'm a big old dut-da-da. They don't go in the water. Although I thought cattails do go in the water, but maybe I'm just losing my mind. I don't even know if I have a good place for these things to go, so maybe we'll just nix these entirely, because I don't really think they'd fit in here anyway. Maybe over there, but that's about it. So yeah, maybe we'll just skip the cattails. But this is it. I think this exhibit is almost finished. There is, of course, one extraordinarily important thing that we have to add that all of you are screaming at the TV right now, or your phones, or the computer, wherever you're watching this, and that is add the buttons. It makes it look like little pebbles on the ground. You are absolutely correct. So let's go ahead and sprinkle in a couple of little buttons in here. Make it look like small stones on the ground. Even up here is fine, and that way it'll make this whole place kind of come together. We're going to put a few back here, of course, like so, and down here maybe, sure. One right there, absolutely, yep. All right, I'm thinking that's probably pretty good. Yeah, that's probably pretty good. We got buttons added. There, one more. Yeah, another one. All right, so we got buttons added. I'm thinking this exhibit is finished. I'm thinking that's it. That's about all I'm going to do. Now, the back wall, somebody made a comment a while back about how the back wall in like the zebra exhibit and stuff looks horrible. You're not wrong, actually. It does look bad. Let me actually seal this up here, and we'll see what this looks like here from the viewing area. So this is what people are going to be seeing when they look in there. They're going to see a polar bear walking around, maybe hopping in the water, going all over the place. So there really isn't any place for the polar bear to hide, especially since this walkway is going to continue this way. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put like a railing or something here. Ooh, leg spike, like a fence or something here to keep people from yeeting themselves into the water. But yeah, you'll be able to see the polar bear from wherever he is in the exhibit, which I think is kind of cool. But somebody in a previous episode had left a comment about how this back wall right here looks really bad and it looks kind of bland, and you're correct, it does. That's because that's not finished. That is where I have to do a lot of the terraforming, where I would like to get to doing like a live stream. That thing sounded like really close. Oh, he's right here. No, that's a goat. The goat is in there. Oh, the goat probably hopped the fence because he can from this side. Oh my God. That goat might have an accident and disappear. I mean, he might find a place to have a vacation home. I don't know. He's just not going to be in there the next time you look in here. But that zebra did sound really close. Did we get a zebra that escaped? Or was that just how he sounds? Okay, whatever. That must be how they sound. Anyway, so yeah, the back wall's not finished. There's a lot of terraforming that needs to go on there. I just built it enough to block the zebras from escaping. And the same thing goes here for the polar bears. I built this enough to hopefully prevent them from escaping. But all right, I need to go figure out how many polar bears I actually have. So to the hidey hole. I want to say 2. I want to say I have 2, but I also got to figure out where they are. I have 1? Ooh, I only have 1. Ooh. Okay, you guys, if you could go down in the comments section and give me your best polar bear name, actually. Let's eat this out here, eat that out there to just despawn. Give me your best polar bear name. I'd greatly appreciate it. I have 1, okay? So this is going to be a big thing where you guys got to try to name just the 1. But if you could drop 2 names down there, actually. So drop 2 names for polar bears down there, because I'm going to try to get another one before next week. So no promises. Maybe I'll go check the refuge, and if not, I think I remember where I caught this one. I'm not too sure. It was quite a ways away. Might have to go enlist Orskull to help me out again with that one. So anyways, you guys, I'm going to get going. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode, and thank you guys for donating your eyeballs and ear holes to this episode. If you did enjoy it, hit that like button before you go, and I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. So thank you all for watching, and bye-bye.